Good morning, everybody. This is the TSMU fan here, and here it is, finally, my review on The Great Discovery. I am so sorry that this video took an extremely long time to come out. I was working on the review, and I was probably about halfway finished when my computer's hard drive decided to implode in on itself. As a result, I lost everything that I was working on at the moment. Because of this, I lost the motivation to continue the project even when I got a new computer. Because I put this review off for so long, some of the things that I'm going to mention in this review might be very dated. But anyways, you've waited this long, let's get on with the review. This movie's plot is also fairly simple, as the engines are all preparing for Sodor Day, and a new engine arrives who Thomas thinks will replace him. He later gets lost in a mine, and Stanley, the new engine, comes to his rescue, and they finish rebuilding the long-lost town of Great Waterton. Let's of course start off with the worst aspects of the special. The worst thing about this special by far is the part where Thomas jumps over the cliff and lands on the other side. I mean, come on, that's just a way to get merchandising out. This is equivalent to the bridge jump scene from The Great Race. It's only in the movie for the purpose of toys and nothing more. I also think that the track layout in the mine, especially the flimsy track bridge, is extremely unrealistic. How in the world is an engine supposed to cross that bridge without it breaking? Something else I always wondered is what is on the right track that the truck swerves onto. It would have been cool to see what was down there, but apparently Thomas gets switched onto a different line. Let me ask, how does an engine get switched onto the wrong line without a signalman or at least someone to change the points? Sure, you could say the points were stuck, but then how would the truck go onto the other line? Another issue I have is that the mine sequence itself is a little bit unrealistic, but I always liked that part of the movie ever since I was little, so I won't say anything more about it. I also think that it was pretty convenient that the rolling river bridge decided to collapse while Thomas tried to cross it. Also, how in the world did Great Waterton not get found earlier, especially considering that the junction towards it is a while back from the rolling river bridge? How did Thomas not see it as he was heading towards the bridge? And then... Wait, that's it? Huh. I could have sworn this movie had more problems. But other than Thomas being kind of a jerk to Stanley, and sometimes it being the other way around at times, that's really all the problems I have. Okay, how about we talk about the new character since I just mentioned him? I really don't have a lot to say about him, except...
Welcome, Stanley!
Sorry, I just had to make that joke. But in reality, Stanley looks really cool. I've also seen a post on Twitter saying that Stanley and Thomas have very similar faces. I do think that they look a little similar, but in my opinion, I think it's just a coincidence that they ended up looking so similar. Here's something I don't really get. How is Stanley stronger than Thomas if he's exactly the same size as him? I mean, sure, he pulls that long line of stone trucks up the hill, but he's still struggling to do it in the movie. I also really think Stanley is a really underused character. They hyped him up in this movie to be an awesome and amazing character that would appear regularly, but nowadays he only appears in cameos. I mean, come on, just one story with Stanley would be interesting to see, especially since the Great Little Railway Show was leaked on YouTube and that episode brought Oliver back into the spotlight. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Let's move on to the good things about the movie. First of all, let's start off with the sets and lighting like we did with the Magic Railroad review. The lighting is beautiful and the sets are amazing. I think that the lighting seriously looks like the lighting that was used in season 4. As for the sets, I really like the Great Waterton and Rolling River Bridge sets, and the mine looks really cool. What about the new narrator, Pierce Brosnan? Well, I already mentioned in my top 10 Thomas episodes review that my second favorite narrator was Pierce Brosnan. He is a really good narrator and provides really good voices for characters such as Gordon, Sir Topham Hatt, and especially Duncan. I honestly wish Duncan would have appeared more in the movies. He's really only a plot device for Thomas to cross the rolling river bridge and find Great Waterton. The music in this special is amazing, and I definitely think that this is some of Hartshorn's best work other than Lost Treasure. The songs are also really good, and it's been discovered that Thomas and James Are Racing and Jobs Aplenty both have extended versions. In Jobs Aplenty's case, there's actually an unused line that was cut from the movie. This is so interesting to me, and I hope we can find an extended version of Where Oh Where Is Thomas, because I really liked that song. The crashes in this special are also really great. The trucks crashing into the tower and Thomas rolling down the hill are some of the best crashes I've ever seen from the model series. Speaking of the trucks crash into the tower, I saw someone mention on, I think it was Twitter, that they thought that the dust from the bricks looked like the powder that you get on your hands after eating Doritos. I can only agree with this, and I guess it does look like they're all covered in Dorito powder. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I think I'll move on to the miscellaneous things I noticed in the movie. First of all, before I start talking about the miscellaneous things in this movie, let me just say that I forgot to talk about the infamous engine fight scene when I uploaded my Calling All Engines review, so I'll talk about it here. I really liked the scene, and I'd always get really excited when the scene came up. Sure, it might be incredibly unrealistic, but I really liked the scene because, as I've said before in the past, the thing I liked the most about the show was the crashes. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the miscellaneous things in this movie. One thing I noticed from looking on the wiki was that the learning segments and the special features were supposed to be in the movie. Let me just say that I'm glad they didn't go through with that, as that would be the same problem I had with Calling All Engines all over again. I also noticed that the special was originally called Leader of the Track, as at the end of the special, Thomas says,
"But we're all leaders of the track," puffed Thomas proudly.
I kind of like this title, as it ties into the last line of the movie, which is really clever. I like the idea, but to be honest, I really like the Great Discovery rather than Leader of the Track. Another thing I noticed in the movie is that the Pack is in it. I really like this idea, as they didn't really get a lot of screen time since Jack and the Pack was canceled. Sure, they might not have a big role in the special and don't really affect the plot all that much, but I appreciate that they brought them back for this special. Another thing I'd like to mention is that when I was a kid, I had the Thomas at Action Canyon playset. I remember playing with that set a countless number of times, and I really liked it. It's a really nice set and definitely more interesting to me than the Superstation. Anyways, I think that might be everything I wanted to mention in this review, so I'll end it here. How was this special compared to the previous ones? This one was a lot better than Thomas and the Magic Railroad and Calling All Engines combined. So yeah, I really like this special, and I think it's definitely the leader of the track of the model series specials. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys later in the next video, which shouldn't take as long to make as this one did, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. This is the TSMU fans signing out.